Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, yesterday the market was hardly phased from the results of the release of the minutes from the RBA. Yesterday's statement of the RBA latest monetary policy meeting reiterated the readiness to alter monetary policy if needed, which the market showed little reaction to. The RBA July meeting minutes indicated that future monetary policy action would be data dependent and signaled that it will wait before any potential decision to reduce its interest rates further, as it currently holds at 1%. However, the market is pricing in a possible rate cut for October and likely in February. But these forecasts can all change, mainly depending on how the unemployment numbers come out. And as we know from last week, the market was slightly upbeat after the release of around 41,000 jobs that were created last month, but the unemployment rate still remains at 5.2%. Now, from a technical point, we are still parked above this level of 67.40.45, and with the technical implications still holding to a somewhat bullish case. I will, at this stage, not rule out a move to the upside of either 67.95.05 or around 68.45. So there is a little bit of a gap, as you can see from this region, but I expect to see a rejection from 68.45 and look down towards 67.40. If we break 67.40, then this would expose the region of 66.20.45. A little bit mixed at the moment when it comes to the euro. Fact is, it's still holding bearish. We've got an ADX that's still trending, RSI under the midway point at 50, and the MACD is negative for the last 4 days. Still room to see a challenge down towards either 110.60 or to 110.20. And where this candle, which is a bullish hammer, could again see demand from this region. So if you are trading from short position, do lower your stop losses accordingly to your risk management in case we get another rejection like last time from around this level, around 110.20.60 area, and rallied all the way back to 112. Dollar yen, a little bit mixed and still struggling to get above the level of 106.80.90. I do ascertain that the market will probably reject this level and yen will strengthen and see a move back to the downside, which comes in around 105.60.65 to 104.80. But the technicals are, like the Australian dollar, a little bullish. So one more attempt to the upside around 106.80.90 and a break above there, then we could see a little bit more momentum, but I'm not holding that call as of yet. The pound has strengthened overnight and now, for the first time in at least 14 days, showing some increase to the upside. The break above 121.65, and we actually are trading there at the moment, is that we could see a move up towards this trend line, which comes in roughly around 122.90. Any weakness should find support now around 121.20. Although there has been some divergence when we talk about rising prices, a spinning top candlestick, and also a declining RSI, as the market did drop down and still showing potential for a move to the downside. If you look at the MACD and the RSI, I'm not going to get balled up as yet, but I'm not selling at this level either because I want to buy the dip. And that would mean a fall towards a region somewhere of 1,470 to about 78. Very hard to pinpoint the base, but I do expect to see from this rejection here that we could see a rebound from the 70 region back to 1,525. Wrapping up with oil, well, we've got a dragonfly doji, and that really represents to indecisiveness. As you can see, it looks a little bit like a T to the pattern to keep you in mind of how to think about the doji dragonfly. As with any doji, the dragonfly depicts a situation in which supply and demand are at an equilibrium, which indicates indecisiveness in the current structure of the trend. Although it's not bearish, it's just indecisiveness. If we get a break above 56.60, then that would give further scope to the upside and maybe take us up towards the region of $58 a barrel. So keep an eye on that. Technicals are a little bit bullish, trending. So let's see if the market has the dynamics to push higher. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report and hope you enjoy the great start to this new day.